We met a new person. Why wasn't she at the lineup? The end of her sentence stayed inside. It might be nice to hang around with the guitar in the evening, but in such company... What's wrong with her? She seemed fine. I mean, she talks a lot, but whatever. I turned to leave and came face to face with Alyssa. She eyed me suspiciously. What do you want? Or what did you come? The checklist? Got it signed? Yes. Then move it. Alyssa went inside and I hurried to leave the place. Okay. Is she following me or something? Okay, so I don't need to go to the... I'll go to the clubhouse anyway. Because I just want to see what's going on. I went to the clubhouse. To tell the truth, I never really liked extracurricular activities. At school, I used to find any excuse to skip extra classes at university. I had no interest in participating in the student council. I wasn't interested in boxing or aero modeling or sewing. Were these the only clubs at this guy's high school? So I came here just to check off the box. Which I already did, I think. I'm just curious. Nobody was there. I found myself in something like a hut of a junior robot enthusiast. There were wires, simple printed circuits scattered everywhere. Chips on the table proudly stood on oscillograph. I don't know what that is. I heard voices from another room, and then two pioneers appeared. Oh, it's electronic and this fucking nerd. Freaking glasses. A loser. One was electronic, the other I didn't know. Hey, Simeon. We've been expecting you. Seems he knows everything about everyone. Why were you expecting me? Well, of course, because you came to sign up to our cybernetics club, didn't you? He didn't let me answer. And this is Shurik. He's in charge here. I assume there's only 2 of you in the club? Well, you could say that. It's 3 now. Shurik came up to meet me as assertively offered his hand. His face was something familiar. Welcome to the club. Yep. Now, I'll show you around. Make yourself at home. Guys, I just wanted to... We've always been welcome... I need to come up with a voice for this guy. I've already got a... I don't know, I don't think I've ever had to do guy voices before. You're always welcome in the new club. He said it in such a way that the anthem of the Soviet Union suddenly started playing in my head. Oh, okay, I'll make him like a proud guy. It's amazing, I even remember the words. In the first grade I had textbooks with the lyrics in the back. No, I just wanted to sign my checklist. Yep, you signed the club, we'll sign your checklist. He grinned. I was getting ready for a long and boring argument, but then I heard someone enter. I looked back and saw Slavia. Hey, Simeon, I hope they're not giving you any trouble. She narrowed her eyes, looking at the future of her motherland's robotics industry. I know these 2, they can. Well, you know, actually, I just need to get my checklist signed. I decided to take advantage of the situation. No problem, give it to me. Slavia took the paper and marched up to Shurik. Sign it. Hold on, I'm not done yet. You're done, now sign it. She gave Shurik such a threatening look that it made him lose every possible objection. He wrote some squiggles on the checklist. I thanked Slavia, then I moved to something about mellow mood. Infirmary. What's the point in visiting the infirmary? My health was fine. The fresh local air clearly did me some good. I felt fresher than usual. But I just have to visit. I entered. I was gonna be some sexy nurse. Common infirmary like my school's doctor room. Nope. Wow. I'm kind of disappointed at how correct I was. A middle-aged woman sat at the table. Obviously, she was a nurse. She gazed intently at me, assessing me while continuing to write something. Well, hello, pioneer, said the nurse without being distracted from her work. Good afternoon, ma'am. I have something. Sit down, please. And whip out that big... I looked around the room. On the couch. I sat down. Strip. Good lord. She said all of it with an even tone. For what? To inspect. To auscultate. To check your health. You know. She's got 2 dang different eyes. Look at that. She got blue eye and she got a red eye. What are you doing there with the eyes? By the way, my name is Violetta, but you can call me Viola. Viola. She turned to me. What are you waiting for? Big boy, strip. But I have no health issues. I've got this. I neatly gave her the later. She took the stethoscope off her neck, seeming like she intended to probe me with it. You know what stethoscopes are for? But then knocked on the door. The nurse answered unwillingly. Come in. In a moment the door opened widely and electronic rushed inside. I lost my finger. Hello? I fell during a football game. Nonsense, of course. I'm okay, but Olga... There was a massive bruise on Electronic's eye. I doubt that it could have been a football injury. Sit down, I'll have a look, she said to him. And you, pass me your checklist. The nurse quickly signed it and continued, If something hurts, come to me immediately. Pioneer. I decided not to answer and went out, closing the door behind me. That nurse is surely something else. Kind of like a pedophile. Library. Is there going to be a sexy librarian? At this point, I'd be surprised if there wasn't. Actually, I love reading, but spending my days in the library under the current circumstances, well, is well beyond my scope. So I'd better hurry up with this checklist. Wow, this is very communist going on here. As I stepped inside, a memory from childhood emerged in my head. It was very vivid. I'm 7 or 8 years old. I'm at the library with my mother. While she's looking through the books I might need for my studies, I'm sitting in the corner looking through the collection of comic books. Back then I didn't know why they had so many, or why couldn't I take some with me. The notion of collective property was something my mind hadn't grasped yet at that age. However, back then the whole concept of property was pretty hazy to me. This memory seemed even stranger now, while I was standing in this particular camp where they might have managed to build communism in 3 years. Soviet symbol was all over the place, and the shelves were full of related literature. Of course I wasn't planning to read any of these. Getting acquainted with a full collection of books by Marx was the last thing on earth I would think of. Where's the librarian? I didn't spend much time looking for her. Hey, it's this girl that we haven't talked to yet. I looked closely. Short hair, thick glasses, rather cute face. She was snoring so peacefully I couldn't just wake her up. I can wait. If she doesn't wake up in half an hour, then maybe... I couldn't just sit there, so I took a random book from the nearest bookshelf. Arthur Schopenhauer. The World of Will and Representation. Okay. I opened it roughly in the middle and started reading. Do I want to read this? This looks like a lot of stuff. The life of a man, with its endless upkeep, once a surfacing, is to be regarded as the explanation and paraphrase of the provocative act, i.e. the absolute claim of the will to live, and furthermore, it is also the reason the man owes nature to his death, and thinks with anxiety his debt. Is this not the evidence that our existence involves guilt? At any rate, we always exist from time to time, paying with death for our birth. We always exist, and alternately, bear all the joy and sorrow of life, since neither of both can pass us without some effect that is a result of our stated will to live. Thus, the fear of death, which in spite of all the miseries of life holds us firmly to it, is really elusive, but just as elusive is the impulse which has attracted us to it. This attraction itself may be seen objectively as the mutual longing glances of two lovers. They are the purest expression of the will to live. In this affirmation, how gently and tender it is. It wants happiness and quiet pleasure and mild joys of itself, for others, for all. Goodness, that was like one of my college readings. Someone knocked on the door. I closed the book quickly and put it back in its place. What a nice habit, knocking on the door. I should pick it up. It was Lena. Oh. Hi. I smiled. Hi, I just wanted to return a book. She had the copy of Gone with the Wind that I saw yesterday. Oh, Senya is sleeping. I'll come back later. I'm awake. She's so small. Look at her. She's so tiny. I turned around in surprise to look at her. She eyed me closely from behind her table. What's it you wanted? I needed to check it here. Give it here. She quickly signed the paper and gave it back to me. She had this look on her face that made me want to keep quiet. Lena came up to her to return her book. I then I thanked Xenia and went out. Okay, that was uneventful. Ellipses. Finally, I got all the signatures. Now I had to go back to Olga and give it to her. Hello. She was sitting in the front of her cabin reading a book. Doesn't look like a good role model for the perfect pioneer that she was planning to turn me into. I wonder if her responsibilities extended beyond giving fiery speeches at the lineup, scolding Uliana, and getting involved into the moral, physical, and ideological growth. Here. I offered her my checklist. She placed it in her pocket without even looking at the signatures. Great, I could have signed it myself without going anywhere. Perfect. So did you meet our nurse? Yes. For some reason, her question sent shivers down my spine. Don't let her touch you, she's a pedophile. Which club have you signed up for? I didn't. I need to think first. That's a pity. It's vital for you to sign in somewhere tomorrow. Of course, sure. Right, it's time to go to dinner. About time, I was getting hungry. I headed to the canteen together with Olga. I looked at the sky and noticed the sun was already setting. On the porch stood Alyssa and Electronic. Olga and Slavia. As we came up, I heard that they were talking about... I forgot her voice already. Oh wait. And never call me Divchi again, or I'll get you... You'll get another one. I didn't call you that, you're hearing things. What was her voice? I forget what her voice was. He didn't call her at all. I heard... That's not right at all. He did, I heard it all. You weren't even there. Yes, I was in the bushes. Come on, you guys, stop it. So it wasn't a football injury Electronic suffered earlier today. The nurse did a good job. I couldn't even see his black eye. Is she like a witch? What's going on? You can't just fix a black eye like that. Olga came up to them and asked about the ruckus. What happened? Where's this ruckus coming from? Lucia and Cheesecoff. I didn't do anything. She shrugged with antipathy and went inside. Right, dinner time. Where are all these other people during the rest of the day? What are they doing? They weren't at lineup. They weren't in any of the club rooms or the library or the nurse's office. What were they doing? I entered last. There wasn't too many free seats. There was a few free chairs near Alyssa across the canteen, but I'd sooner starve for a week than take a week or two than risk my head near her. There was also a seat near Uliana, but I'm not into traditional Chinese whatever crawls cuisine. Finally, a free chair near Miku. Looks like I'll have to pick my poison. You mind if I sit here? I think she's fine. I don't know why the main character doesn't like her. Oh yeah, sure. I mean, no, I don't mind. I mean, yes, you can sit here. I sat down. Look, it's buckwheat today. Do you like buckwheat and chicken? I don't like chicken, but then again, I don't like it. But if you'd ask me, would I prefer say stroganoff or ragout? No, maybe just a hamburger or a rump steak. Do you like that rump steak? I like your rump steak, if you know what I mean. I'm not that picky about my food. And that's the simple truth. 48 kopecks. Leningradsko. Ice cream brands popular in late Soviet Union. Oh, is that true? So, is that... Oh, is that so? But the dessert, you know, they aren't really good here. I like ice cream. Do you like ice cream? I just love 48 kopecks and Leningradsko. Oh, sorry, I keep talking about myself. Maybe you like Eskimo better? Dinner was starting to get on my nerves thanks to such company. I'm not the kind of person that can just ignore someone who's talking to them. Even her. We're at the same table after all. You know, I once bought a waffle cone and started eating, and then, you know what? I found a screw in there. A real screw. Yes, you imagine that? Or was it a bolt? I don't really know. Screws are those that you tighten with screwdrivers, and bolts are those that you turn with a wrench, yes? If there was a speed eating contest going on, I would probably be in the top 3 winners by now. Alright, I'll be going. Enjoy your meal. I got up and headed out. What a jerk. Like, she's talking a lot, but she's not being mean. She's quite, you know, she seems nice. Mika was saying something, but her words were drowned out by the crowd of loudly dining pioneers. I went outside and sat on the stairs, waiting for my dinner to settle down a bit. I just sat there and watched night falling. Everything is so lively here during the day. Kids laughing and yelling happily, fooling and running around, constant chatter, games going on, and swimming at the beach. But after dark, the camp changes entirely. The sounds of the day were swapped for silence, and then and now, only now and then broken by crickets chirping or nightbird. The camp was going to sleep. In every shadow you could see things, maybe a ghost or a spirit of the forest or a wild animal. A human being would be the last thing to expect. This is how it looked last night, and now. The locals followed their routine very strictly. In the day, the camp was theirs. In night, it belonged more to the forces of nature than to human. Someone touched my shoulder. I looked back. It was electronic. Let's go play cards. Cards? Yep, I invented a new game, a good one. Good, like how? Well, first we gotta find the cards, then I'll tell you. Then go find them, what's the problem? Only Olga has them, and she won't give them to me. Why so? Well, the last time Olga and Slavy came onto the porch. Olga, Semyon wanted to ask you about the possibility of getting playing cards. Actually, for what purpose? We invented a new game. Not we, you did. What game? I need the cards to show you. I don't like this. Well, if Semyon is with you, then perhaps it's okay. To be really honest, we'll go fetch them for you, Olga. Oh, did Slavy say that? I'll go with her. Why not? Maybe we'll bang. If you don't mind. Sure, let's go. We headed towards my cabin. Roughly halfway there, Slavy stopped. Hey, I just remembered the cards are in my cabin. Nice. Good timing. And where's that? It's just down the road, let's go. Ellipses. We bout to fuck. We reached the cabin that, in fact, looked more like a trailer and in the exact same spot that we just were. Just wait here a minute, I'll be back. It took her a couple seconds to come back. There. She showed me a deck of pretty worn out cards. These must be marked in and out. That's unsportsmanlike. What happened to fair play? Tell me about it. It's hard to cheat when you don't know the rules. Shall we go? Let's go. We didn't bang! What the fuck? On our way back, I decided to try and find out about something. How long have you been here? In this camp? About a week. I see. Where did you come from? I'm from the north. That's it? Yeah, I'm a Stark. The cold north. She looked at me and smiled. Looking like nobody in the camp is inclined to answer even the most innocent questions, I tried to approach from another angle. And what do you like? What do you mean? Well, your hobbies. Oh, I like nature. Nature's not a hobby, but nice try. Strange, she's not very talkative today for some reason. Nature? I see. Want to become a natural historian? More like a normal historian. I was always interested in our nation's history. That would suit her well indeed. It appeared that among all the locals, she was the only one who had nothing to hide. What if she came here just like me and simply could not trust anyone enough to tell? I tried testing the waters. And why did you choose this camp? I didn't. My parents got a voucher for me from their work. Another failure. If you could choose. It's nice here. I don't think I would choose some other place if I could. Here, it's like you become another person. That wasn't how I saw it. What do you mean, another person? It's just that there's so many possibilities, you can learn so much, meet so many new interesting people here. Now that she started to sound like our chief, which raised a red flag for me, I decided to stop with the questions for now.